Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode, and we are back in the constrictor chamber. Earlier today we did some nice interaction with the snakes out in the backyard. They got a little bit of some sunlight and some natural light and some different exposure to different sights, smells, and things like that. So I do really appreciate a lot of you guys watching that video and a lot of good feedback. So I think I'll do more of those throughout the channel. I know some of you guys just like watching the feeding videos, as do I. It's probably one of the highlights of owning snakes, but also bonding with them, interacting with them, and all that stuff is super fun and exciting. So I'm not going to waste too much of your guys' time, because I appreciate you guys even stopping in and taking time out of your day or night to watch my videos. So I'm going to be feeding 4 of my big boas, and I'm not going to be feeding the normal because I fed her last time a large rat. So I'm going to wait another week, so I think that would be around the 3rd week for her. And I don't know 100% if I want to feed her next time on a large rat, because I don't want to keep pounding her with fatty large rats. So I might do like another medium and another large until she gets used to that content that the larges have. And then depending on how she's doing, I'll probably swap her over completely to larges. So she is still in shed anyways, so I really don't want it. She's out of blue. She should be shedding in the next couple of days, so I don't want to feed her right now anyways, because she might regurgitate it as she's shedding. I rarely have that happen, but putting a big meal in her, I don't want to risk it. So we'll feed the albino, the ghost, the Argentine, and then Pop-Tart will get her very first medium rat. So I gave her last time 2 smalls, which she did really well on, and then now I'm going to give her the medium, which hopefully is a good size for her. So after I put this new huge tub in here full of water, it's basically 15 gallons, and she's not left that area since then. So super happy that she likes it, and she's got a ton of room in there to swim around and just hang out. And plus I got the heater under it, so hopefully it keeps the water pretty warm. We saw Peaches outside on the last video, and she's doing really well. Definitely getting a very strong bond with her, and I'm going to be doing everything I can not to break that, because it would be me to break that bond. I don't think it would be on her side to do that. So the Argentine is probably my worst snake to try to feed or even get out of the enclosure, but once she is out, she is perfectly fine. So she's probably going to throw a fit when I try to feed her, and she'll be hissing like a freight train probably the whole time, because she hates being watched when I feed her. So I might put in some of the sounds so you guys can hear that, and then we'll just move on to the next snakes. So looking for the tongs. So I'm definitely going to give her one of my biggest rats that I have out here right now, and there we go. She's normally way more aggressive than that, but I'm kind of glad she's not. I had her out a lot this week, so really kind of hoping getting her out of the cage more often, she becomes less cage defensive, and it's just more enjoyable getting her out. But I got a lot of comments from you guys and a lot of feedback saying that your guys' Argentines are the exact same way. So I don't feel too bad, or I'm not too worried about her attitude in the cage if it's a normal thing, and it seems like it is. So she seems like she's doing good. She's not super aggravated, and we'll just watch her eat. All right, so she did really well. She didn't really throw a fit. She was hissing a little bit, but it's been a lot better than how it's been in the past. So we're gonna move on to the albino. Maybe we're turning over a new leaf with her, and maybe she's calming down a little bit, but somehow I doubt it. So we'll see how the albino does. Whoa, 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 whoa. Pretty aggressive. So always got to be careful of the placements of the tongs in your hands and everything else, just in case she comes flying out at you. Any accidents around here, especially since I do this by myself. You have to be even more careful. So I'm just going to take the water dish out since she's all wrapped up in it. And man, I just changed out this paper too. So looks like it's going to be a twice a week thing with the paper change. So we'll just hang out, watch her eat, and then move on to the ghost. All right, another perfect feeding with her. I'll go ahead and put her hide in here so when she gets done, she can go right in here, but she's distracted a little bit. With that, we'll close this side, and then we'll carefully close this side because she can still strike out and bite me with a feeding response. We definitely don't want that after she's eaten because she would not let go at all. And where's the ghost at? Here we go. Even though she's super, super nice, I always take the precaution with her because there's food in the room. So this looks like a very large meal, and I think I'm feeding her too much. So I might back down on her food just a little bit. Well, maybe not. I don't know. There you go. Perfect. Ugh, poop. More poop every day. So, well, that size might be good. I'm so worried, and I think it's the internet that's getting me my brain all scrambled up, because everybody says, I mean, I think it's just been going around for like the last year, is if a snake is like a little big, not excessive, it's overweight or it's obese. And then I think it's getting to me. And then I'm thinking all my snakes are fat. And I need to watch what I'm feeding them and how I'm feeding them, which I do. But I think I'm taking it a little bit too much. and not feeding them properly. So I think this is a good meal. I think I'm on a good schedule. But seeing snakes that are kind of like this size, and then people are just like bashing people because they have fat snakes, it just kind of gets to me. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about my snakes. And I got tough skin, so if you guys say they're fat, I will push out the feedings. If you think they're good, then I will trust you guys. And because I see the snakes every day, so them growing and stuff like that, I really don't notice it very much. So I think she's good. All right, we'll see what she does. All right, so she definitely struggled on that rat. So she had the head tucked in, so it was making it super hard for her to get that down. So I do apologize on the weird camera angles and moving the camera around a bunch. But I just have to try to get you guys the shots that I can get. She got it down all right. It just took her a while because of how the rat was positioned, and nothing that I can do about that, but just watch her struggle. And it sucks because I do want to help her and make it simple for her to be able to eat that, but they know what they're doing, so they don't need my help. All right, so we're gonna feed Pop-Tart the green Anaconda, and if you guys do not like blood, I would suggest not watching any more of this. So it is frozen thawed, and a lot of times when you freeze the rats and then you unthaw them, the blood unclots and then it just runs out of their nose or their mouth. So it's pretty typical. It just makes a mess and it's kind of gross. But I know somebody on the last feeding that had blood said Tyler Nolan got his video shut down, and he's pretty much famous and a lot more people watch his channel than watch mine. But I have had a couple haters on my channel report other videos, and I've had like 4 get demonetized, but they were put right back up when I talked to the YouTube people, and they should not have been shut down in the first place. So if things happen with this one, then I'll just get it re-put back up. So she's super hungry. She's already messing around with her tail and stuff, and that's very, very, very strong feeding response, which is awesome. But she probably smelt the blood, definitely smelt the rat. This is one snake that I definitely do not want to have any problems or issues with on a bad feeding response, because she later in life can mess me up big time. So we'll watch her eat. I'm really glad she's eating in the water. I'm not sure how to get the perfect shot for you guys, because obviously she's underwater and I got the GoPro, so quite possibly we could do some underwater footage and some normal footage, but I just want to make sure she's halfway starting to eat this rat before I get anywhere near her, because even when she's coiled up like this, as most of us know who own snakes, they only have one thing on their mind, and it is eating. So anything that's triggers her senses, sight, a smell, or even like a heat sensor, they could bite that even if they have the rat wrapped up. So we'll just I'll try and get the best shots as I can for you guys on this. It may be a little bit difficult, so bear with me just a little bit as we work through this together. But she looks good wrapped up like that. I really think this is a good sized meal. I think it's going to put a pretty big lump in her, and then now I'm going to have to push her. I mean, she's already on like 16 days, 17 days, and then like once my app comes up, like I don't even really feed my snakes at that day. I normally like wait a day or two later. So really they're getting maybe quite a while on the feeding, so definitely after the 2-week mark. So we'll see what's happening. She looks like she's about to start chowing down. Wish I could turn her body without agitating her. Whoop. There we go. Looks good. Let's go underwater. Alright guys, so she did awesome on that feeding. Even though it was the biggest meal that I've given her, she had no problems with it. I just wish I could have had a better angle on her actually eating it. And the lump doesn't look that bad on her. So she's going to sit in there for probably the next couple of days, digest that, and we'll see how she does with that, what her body tone looks like in the next couple of days as she digests it. And so 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, we'll feed her again, and then we'll just go back and forth, and then we'll just see how she is. And it kind of sucks because I got to wait another 24 hours, or if not a little bit longer, to get her back out and interact with her, which is the worst part of the feedings. So she's definitely hungry right now, looking for more food. So I know the scent of rats is still in the area, and I don't want her to be smashing her head on the glass. So this is super long, and if you're still with me, I really appreciate it. And hope you guys have an awesome week, an awesome day, and an awesome night. And of course, I always appreciate your guys' support, and I love the comments. I enjoy interacting with you guys. And if you guys want to see more pictures, you guys can jump on my Instagram if you want to. So see you guys.